Hello and welcome to this very special interview that I got on Sports Today from Ahmedabad. He's now plying his trade in the US. You may think, in what? Well, if you have been watching T20Is, he is the leading wicket taker for USA in T20Is. Started from Ahmedabad, but now having I hear me say, a doctor's, you're pursuing a medical degree, Nisarg?
I work in a medical research.
Medical research. So, yes, medical research, cricket, the very interesting story of Nisarg Patel is right here in front of me. Nisarg, thank you so much for joining us for Sports Today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, so Nisarg, firstly, the obvious question that I would want to ask you, the T20 World Cup is coming to the USA next month. USA will take on India in one of the games. You have the chance to bowl to the likes of a Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal, all the IPL stars that are there. How do you view the challenge of bowling to a Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma? And it's a very divisive question I'm going to ask now. Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma? Whose wicket would you want to cherish the most if you get them?
I think I'd cherish both of them, to be honest. I'd love to have both of them. I don't particularly like to pick because every player is a different player, right? I mean, nobody is the same. They're both good in their own different ways of playing different brand of cricket. They both can make different impact in the game at a different stage. So I think having both would be ideal, but we'll see what happens.
Now, when in USA will be playing India, there was one more interesting subplot to it that Unmukh Chand, maybe Unmukh Chand could play against India. But then when he was not picked in the USA team, was it a very tough decision that the US team had to take? And how would you react that Unmukh was not there in the US team at this point?
I guess it's a question for the selector, not me. But I am pretty
Okay.
sure a lot of things goes in selections. It's just not just a name, right? I mean, it's a performance on and off the field, experience, vice versa, a lot of things. But it's a question for selectors, not me. They are the ones who decide, right? I mean, if you look, somebody had to swallow the hard pill. I mean, if you look at it, the Indian selection, Rinku Singh. I mean, Ajit Agar, the
Yes.
chairman, clearly said he's done nothing wrong, right? But sometimes there are decisions that need to be made in terms of just the team balance, team combinations. I mean, it's like I said, it's a question for selections and the selection panels and selectors. What thinking they wanted to go with, what combination they wanted to go with. I mean, I cannot answer that question. So
All right. All right. Last question, Nisarg. MLC, how is that changing the face of cricket in the USA? You, in particular, are playing for the Seattle Orcas. How is that changing cricket in the USA as compared to when you started playing cricket and now in the modern era at this point?
yeah, MLC has helped a lot of cricketers, and hopefully it will continue to grow and it will continue to help a lot of upcoming youngsters as well. So it's a good thing that has happened in USA cricket, but we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of other leagues around the country that are happening, right? We've seen leagues that has grown substantially, and we've also seen leagues that have started and fallen apart, right? It's just only been 1 year. Obviously, we would love MLC to continue and grow in the next upcoming years. But I think from a player's perspective, I think it's a good opportunity for the players to play, spend some time, gel around with big superstars from different countries. So I think it's a good opportunity that we had last year, and obviously it will continue this year and so on. So I think that will also help our confidence going into the World Cup, where players have had that opportunity already to play against those big names already, right? So I think that should help. I think the most key important factor will be for us going into this tournament as an underdogs, as a host, as a country that is playing the World Cup for the first time. I think it's important for us to enjoy the moment. And as long as we enjoy the moment, I think the rest of it will fall into place.
Born in Ahmedabad, you came to the US to pursue a medical dream or a cricket dream. Was a cricket dream always on the cards for you, or was it just by accident?
No, it was just family moving from India to US. It was just a migration with family, and then obviously cricket. I played cricket here when I was a kid in a high school team, and obviously since then cricket carried over. Right, we're Indians when we moved, so cricket came with us. So wherever we went, we played cricket, and then obviously rest is history.
Did you ever try out, say, for example, you started cricket, but then did you ever have any dreams of state or India representation? Or the migration
No,
happened at a
I
time when you
moved.
had to?
No, I moved when I was a very young kid, right? At the age of 13, 14. So I moved to US in 2003 uh, when I was a kid. And then I stayed a couple of years, did my high school in US. My very first assignment for a US national team at the age group, it was the Under 19 World Cup that happened in 2006 in Sri Lanka. So that was
Yes.
my very first event for USA national team. Um, and then I continued my high school. I finished, I graduated, and then I moved to UK where my parents live for many years and still currently live in UK. So, and then I moved there, wanted to spend some time with family, and I played some semi-professional cricket while I was there, and also did my university in UK. And once I graduated, I moved back to US since past many years and been playing for the national team for good 5, 6 years now.
Nisar, you've been one of the leading wicket takers in the US team. But from 2019 to 2021, you had endured a very tough period. I wouldn't want to get into the details of that, but how did you cope up with those tough times, especially for the 2 year period? And now you're in the US team. How did you cope up with all of that tough period?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm personally very tough. To be honest, I think not that particular phase was tough for me from various different reasons. Uh, but the world was also suffering at the same time, so it was a tough period for a lot of people around me. If you look at it from that perspective, right? So it was one person sharing his tough moments with another one. It wasn't like the rest of the world was in flying colors while I was the only one suffering. Everybody was suffering for different obvious reasons. But at the same time, I think it also gives you an opportunity from a human perspective to see things differently, right? That cricket is not just the only thing in life. There's a life beyond cricket, which is also very important. And I think a lot of people, not just cricketers, a lot of other people outside the sports life also learned that. Uh, so I think it was a mixture of staying patient, uh, uh, and also hard work and making sure you tell yourselves right things will happen at the right time. And plus, what helped me at the time was there was very minimum or no cricket being played, so I actually didn't miss out on anything. To be honest, if I
Yes.
had missed out on a lot of other cricket tournaments or ODIs or T20 internationals or other tournaments, then I guess it would have probably hit me in a different way. But fortunately or unfortunately, I actually didn't miss out. So it actually worked out in my favor that I was able to spend that time away from cricket, work on things that I had to work on. And once cricket started, I was ready for it.
All right. So here is Nisar Patel for me, and it'll be really interesting when India take on the USA. Crowd support. Who will they cheer for? USA or India? That's a real catch 22 at this point in time. So all the best for the T20 World Cup, Nisarg, and thank you so much for taking time out and speaking to sports today.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.